Good afternoon, folks. We're going to give everyone just one more minute to log on. Terrific. Thank you for joining us for a virtual press conference highlighting the introduction of the Dairy Business Innovation Act of 2025. Today, we are joined by Senator Tammy Baldwin. Also with us on the call is Rebecca Sweeney with the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association and Scott Kalibi, who will share how these grants have made a difference for his business. Before I turn it over to Senator Baldwin for some opening remarks, a few reminders for the press joining us today. Since we are doing this webinar style, you will not be able to record the Zoom within the app. You are welcome to record this with a third-party platform. Otherwise, we'll send out a recording following the call. All questions for our participants should be submitted in the Zoom Q&A. Once our speakers have finished, we'll have time for a few on-topic questions. Now, I'll hand it over to Senator Baldwin to make some brief opening remarks. Senator.
Thank you. Thank you, Aisling, and good afternoon, everyone. It is delightful to join you this afternoon. I want to start by thanking both Rebecca and Scott for joining me here today to talk about the real impact that the Dairy Business Innovation Act has on Wisconsinites. So Wisconsin's dairy businesses, they work hard every single day to put our state on the map with world-class products, and they are key drivers of our state's economy. Throughout my time in Congress, I've worked hard to help them meet the challenges that they face. And look, right now, they face some pretty steep challenges. I hear from folks about how increased input costs are stretching their thin budgets and how lack of market access and workforce issues are all impacting folks' bottom line. And while I know the point of today's call is not this, I would be remiss if I did not say that a trade war like the one that's kind of looming with our allied partners is not going to make these issues any better. They're going to make these issues worse, and they're going to hurt our farmers and our processors. So to help our farmers combat some of these issues, back in the year 2018, I worked to create the Dairy Business Innovation Initiative. This program tasked the USDA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, with providing valuable technical assistance and grants to dairy farmers and dairy businesses across the state. Since we established it, the program's footprint has really grown significantly. Led by the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association and the Center for Dairy Research at UW-Madison, millions of dollars are being invested in Wisconsin's producers and processors who are seeking to improve efficiency, grow their businesses, and explore new market opportunities. To date, more than 250 farmers and processors in the Midwest have benefited from the Dairy Business Innovation Initiative. One of my favorite parts of being a United States Senator is seeing how these small grants can help our dairy farmers take their businesses to new heights. I visited Royal Guernsey Creamery, where I saw how they used a grant to launch a new processing venture, making butter with milk from their farm. I was also able to hear about how Upland's Cheese in Dodgeville used funding to expand their cheesemaking facility and replace old and inefficient equipment. In just a bit, you're going to hear from Scott about how this funding has strengthened his business. And that's why I am introducing the Dairy Business Innovation Act of 2025 today, alongside my Republican colleague, Senator Marsha Blackburn. This bipartisan legislation will make sure that this program is up and running in the years to come, and it gives a boost to its funding. In years past, getting this program into law and then getting the funding to support it was bipartisan. And I expect it to be the same this year too. And our agricultural industry relies on it. So I'm proud to introduce this legislation, which will protect our dairy farmers and move our made in Wisconsin economy forward. And now I'd like to pass it to Rebecca Sweeney with the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association.
Thank you, Senator. Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association members here in America's Dairyland and across 44 U.S. states are thrilled to see you champion an increase in support for dairy business innovation initiatives. We know that, particularly in today's political climate, government support of any kind is under scrutiny. We welcome the opportunity for anyone to take a closer look at dairy business innovation initiatives, because dairy business innovation initiatives are smart investments. Every dollar, every dime devoted to this program is used to the fullest, driving rural economic development and job creation, industry growth and advancement, and the stabilization and strength of our food supply chain. The resources offered through the dairy business innovation initiatives have been essential as dairy farmers and processors have faced international marketplace volatility, a severe labor shortage, rising operations and ingredients costs, and supply chain disruptions, as you noted. It was a lifeline for many dairy businesses through the pandemic, and it continues to be a catalyst as we meet new challenges, evolve, and invent. Since 2018, when Senator Baldwin helped to launch the Dairy Business Innovation Initiatives, 4 centers based in Vermont, Tennessee, California, and Wisconsin have formed. Wisconsin Center, called the Dairy Business Innovation Alliance, is run by Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association in partnership with the Center for Dairy Research at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Our alliance serves an 11-state region, essentially the Midwest and a bit beyond. And over the past 6 years, we've been proud to offer technical assistance, market analysis, business advice, training, and tens of millions of dollars in direct-to-business grants, mostly to startups and to small and mid-sized dairy farmers and processors. Alliance grants diversify on-farm revenue streams. They create new value-added dairy products and enhance the value of dairy byproducts like whey, boost dairy exports and sustainability practices, and much more. To date, the Dairy Business Innovation Alliance has awarded 255 grants totaling $19.5 million. Through those efforts, we've reaffirmed our knowledge that the creativity and work ethic of farmers and cheesemakers is indisputable. And with access to a bit of capital and a bit of business guidance, they are not only able to survive through challenges, but thrive, generating opportunities for others. The Dairy Business Innovation Initiatives, they are achieving their goals. In a recent survey of our Alliance grant recipients, 93% reported that they've been able to retain or expand their valued workforce thanks to this program alone. Nearly 80% shared that this program has contributed to their business resilience. 65% of respondents shared that their Alliance grant directly resulted in increased sales volumes for their business, and more than 50% reported an increase in their milk processing, with another 30% saying that increased milk usage is imminently ahead for their business. It's so energizing to hear positive feedback like that, and to see the results all across our state, the Midwest, and thanks to the work of our partners at the other centers, all across our country. We only wish we could do more. Demand for support far outweighs what we've been allocated to provide. And the reality of inflation is that the 2018 Farm Bill's funding doesn't make the same impact today as it did then. That's why we are so grateful that Senator Baldwin and the bipartisan coalition of members of Congress she's helped to build recognizes the need for a boost. And with this bill, call for $36 million per year in Dairy Business Innovation Initiative support. We're going to work hard to secure that funding by sharing Dairy Business Innovation Initiative success stories. And I'm pleased now to introduce Scott Kaliebe, Chief Financial Officer and co-owner of Pine River Prepack in Newton, Wisconsin, who's joining us today to do just that, to share his story.
Thank you, Rebecca. And to Senator Baldwin, it's an honor to join you today. My name is Scott Kaliebe, and I'm a partner with Pine River Prepack, and we manufacture the world's most award-winning cheese spreads. Hailing from Newton in rural Manitowoc County, we have been around for over 6 years and have grown our staff to over 40 of the finest individuals around. Pine River's success is founded on utilizing only the finest ingredients, which being located in Wisconsin can be found just down the road. Using all natural cheeses, butter, and whey, cheese spread has its unique niche within the dairy industry, and as we grow, so too do our numerous suppliers located throughout the state. Pine River's outstanding craftsmanship creates opportunities for partnerships with dairy processors looking to expand their product offerings into spreads without sacrificing the quality. From brick to Colby Swiss to Goudas, Pine River creates a different way to enjoy your favorite Wisconsin cheeses. The industry is close-knit, and these relationships have opened the dialogue to discuss the expansive impact the dairy business innovation initiatives have throughout the industry. Pine River has been fortunate to implement 2 projects using these grants. The first was to diversify our product offering beyond the port wine cheese spreads you enjoy over the holidays. The versatility and ease of use within the food service and other commercial applications were opportunities that we were not able to capitalize on due to inefficient operations. This program allowed us to automate the production to a more desired packaging size, and as a result, our sales have doubled within this business segment in a mere 2 years. The second project was at the other end of our product offering, with smaller, single-serve options, popular in places whose definition of a reasonable amount of cheese spread consumed differs from those from within Wisconsin. This has enhanced our product's attractiveness to the international market, opening our brand to Southeast Asia as well as Gulf countries, with our first sale occurring at the end of last year. One of the best aspects of my job is associating with others within the dairy industry. The pride these individuals take from the farm to the world-renowned cheesemakers and all those in between is inspiring, and I am proud to represent them on this call. On their behalf, I would like to thank Senator Baldwin for her leadership and the Republicans and Democrats who recognize these smart investments go a long way in setting our industry up for a strong future. Pine River would not be where it is today without their efforts. Thank you, and with that, I would like to turn it back to Aisling to continue this discussion.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Scott. So now we'll have time for a few questions. Please submit any questions to the Zoom Q&A chat. Terrific. We'll start with this one for you, Senator Baldwin. Senator, can you talk a little bit about what exactly this legislation would do?
Yes, so as I said, it built upon the Dairy Business Innovation Initiative that we had included in the 2018 Farm Bill. So it would keep the program up and running for years to come by authorizing it out into the future. But it also increases the resources that will be available to Wisconsin dairy businesses, as well as those throughout the country who participate in this program. So our dairy producers and farmers and cheesemakers, as you have heard, face unique challenges, and expanding this grant program will help give more small and medium-sized dairy businesses the opportunity to grow and to innovate.
Terrific. Next question is, what are the next steps here? Are you looking to include this in the Farm Bill?
Okay, great question. So we like to have regularly reauthorized farm bills. The last one was passed in 2018, so we are overdue for a new farm bill. They usually last about 5 years. And so Wisconsin farmers for a while now have been calling for the passage of a farm bill to stabilize costs and to allow them to plan for the future. I'm fighting to include this initiative in the Farm Bill because I know it will make a real difference for Wisconsinites. And so, while I would be delighted to have this bill pass as a standalone bill all by itself, we know that oftentimes as we work to put together a farm bill, we begin to include all sorts of agricultural and rural development related policies, nutrition policies, and that is the most likely way that this will become law. So while I introduce the Dairy Business Innovation Initiative with my colleague Marcia Blackbird, I'm also looking for the opportunity to pass a very strong farm bill and have this included.
Perfect. Next question is for you, Scott. How did the DBIA program help Pine River move forward with your project? And would it have been possible without the DBIA grant?
So to answer that, it really allowed us to take a step in the right direction. So we did a lot of fundraising, and come the pandemic, a quarter of our business just disappeared. And so we were looking on how to best expand our marketing. Getting to the coast and getting to new markets is expensive, and it's creates a lot of uncertainty. And so we had an opportunity to where we were selling in 10-pound tubs. All the feedback we received was that 5-pound and smaller is more economical. And so this grant allowed us to more quickly adapt to the market needs that was already out there and allow us to really grow. And one of the exciting aspects as we were discussing this with my partners is that now we're going to be moving beyond just what we did with this grant into even more. We're going into a big bulk cheese spread now to align more with what the kitchens are advertising, because we found that there's a market for this. And so our growth with the bulk products has then directly impacted the amount of raw materials we buy from other Wisconsin cheese companies, as well as butter makers and other ingredients. So we've found this program to be very successful.
Perfect. Thank you, Scott. And then last one for today, Senator, can you tell us a little bit about how important a program like this is given the potential tariffs that will be taken?
I heard most of it. I think you said how important this program is going to be, and then I missed the last part.
Sure thing. I'll repeat it. How important is a program like this given the potential tariffs that will be taking effect?
Okay. Yes. Well, we have experienced trade war and tariffs before. And it was during the first administration of President Trump. And I heard a lot from Wisconsin businesses. I heard from agricultural leaders, but particularly from dairy leaders, and also from manufacturing, because it impacts our economy, and consumers, because oftentimes that's reflected in the final price when there are tariffs. What happened last time is there were first tariffs and then retaliatory tariffs. And so it was affecting both our export and our import markets. And our farmers really took a huge hit. We have, at this point in time, there has been the announcement of 3 sets of across-the-board tariffs against Mexico, against Canada, and against China. The ones against Mexico and Canada have been paused, but only for 30 days. So I think we have some time to elevate the voices of Wisconsin farmers about what it would mean if these were put back into effect. I do believe that our farmers and our manufacturers will be hurt by across-the-board tariffs, and if they were to come, retaliatory tariffs. And we need to speak out and tell their stories. I was encouraged that people in the American Farm Bureau and the National Association of Manufacturing are coming out and saying exactly what we all know. This will really crush their numbers, their businesses and workers. And so I'll try to pull whatever lever I can to fight these and stop these tariffs from hurting our farmers and other businesses, but elevating voices of our neighbors who have been through this before and know what this will be like, will be part of how we stop these.
Terrific. Thank you. And thank you everyone for hopping on the call today. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.